Mm, 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 mm. What's up, good people? How are y'all doing today, babe? I am doing two lives back to back. Okay, I am proud of myself on today. But who is this? Oh, okay. Let me see. We have a hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. I know who this is. Like I got somebody. I just got a text message something from somebody saying, good afternoon, friendly reminder. We have a Zoom meeting scheduled, baby. When? And so that's why I'm like, oh my god, like what is really happening? But no, nonetheless, what's up, you guys, and welcome back to Currently Building Generational Wealth Lifestyle. I am one of your hosts, the one, the only, and the flyest on today. I am Danielle Bailey, and God is the ultimate host. Today, we are back talking about currently building generational wealth lifestyle, and we're not talking about the revolution of the Black woman will be televised podcast. That's not what we're talking about today. Why do I have to have these long names for stuff? Right? Currently building generational wealth lifestyle. The revolution of the Black woman will be televised podcast. Like you're supposed to have short titles for things. I got paragraphs and sentences and 4 or 5 page essays. My God. Nonetheless, that's not what I'm on here for today. I am on here today to talk about how to attract your ideal client as a therapist. Okay. That's what I'm here to talk about today, how to attract or how to gain more clients and stuff like that. And I want to I'm bringing it up because I have this thing that I'm actually what I got going on. I have next week I start this group therapy session, and I'm excited about it. So what is right now, honestly, therapist, y'all should be booked, okay? But if you're not, or if you're not booked with your ideal clients, make sure you take a listen and look at this video. I think that it'll be able to help you out as well. So today, like I said, I want to talk about how to attract more clients, or basically your ideal client. And I want to come from a standpoint of sometimes you got to give to get. Have y'all ever heard that? Sometimes you got to give a little to get more. And so that's kind of like the standpoint that I want to take today, is that I want you to know that as a therapist, sometimes you have to give in order to gain. Like I want to say this: if you are not, I know that with COVID, we still have COVID and stuff like that. Like if you are struggling with gaining clients as a therapist, a couple of things. Number one, you need to start putting yourself out there. I know that we don't like doing that. I cannot tell you how many therapists, because I once was that person, or just not even just therapists, people in general. If you have your own business or whatever, or whatever else, if your business, or if you want to go up in employment status, or whatever it is that you're trying to do in life, and you're trying to excel, first thing you got to do is really and truly start putting yourself out there. And I know that a lot of people find that to be scary. In the beginning, I did too, and even sometimes still to today, I still find that to be a little bit scary with actually putting myself out there, even though, especially in person. When we talking about videos like this, oh, I can do that. I can do that all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm in the privacy of my office, or either I'm in the privacies of my own home, like I may get a little bit nervous if I'm in front of a bigger crowd. But for me, being able to do videos like this, it's easier for me because, first of all, I feel like I'm just talking to myself, because a lot of people catch my replays. They don't necessarily be on live with me. Like right now, we got one person on live or whatever. So shout out to you, that one person. So like usually I'm just talking to myself or whatever. But so that's why it's easier for me to do videos. But that's the first thing, putting yourself out there on social media. You have to, man, it got so many people out here that's putting themselves out here on social media and has a big following, and they don't even have the credentials. And you sitting over here with the credentials, too scared to get on live or whatever, or too scared to post a video, or you don't even have to do lives. I do lives because lives tend to be easier, and I can get on here and I can talk. I don't have to do no edit. I don't have to wait for no uploads. Hey, ma'am, how you doing? Life's a Journey. I like that name. I like that. So like that's why I tend to do lives more because it doesn't require anything, just me sitting up here talking. So okay. Proofs invite to your email. Okay, girl, I'm sorry. This thing going off. So yeah, so putting yourself out there a little bit more and making sure you establish that you're the expert because they have a lot of people out there that are not experts. So really, you need to be visible. People are looking. People are searching. Okay, like they are searching, and people will they want to find it. I feel like we have to understand Google is the number one search engine. Number two is YouTube. YouTube is the number second search engine. And I really do think that social media, our platforms are the third search engine. People go and look for you. I don't know about y'all, but I know I do. I go and look for people. Like if I want to work with them, I'm going to look at their social media pages or whatever. I'm look to see their LinkedIn page, whatever they have. So like if you're not out there, how are people supposed to find you? How is your idea like? Thank you for being and doing a mental health podcast. Thank you. Um, yes. I've been contemplating doing a mental. Yes, you should most definitely do it. But like I was saying though, like putting yourself out there, like I can't tell you how many clients have said, "Hey, I feel like I already know you," or they call and they talk about something, or they be like, "Hey, I seen one of your videos and it really did encourage me," or whatever. Like I've had clients come from YouTube. I had somebody from New York call me and was like, "Hey, I know you're in Louisiana, but I'm in New York. Can you accept me as a client?" I'm like, unfortunately, I cannot. But like, yo, and then I've had other clients that's local. They've seen something on YouTube, and then sometimes I'll be like, girl, what video you saw? But they was like, yo, I feel like I know you though. Like really, they have come in, they not nervous, they know what type of energy I'm gonna bring. They sometimes be trying to figure out if I'm the same way that I am on video, am I in person? It is absolute like you get the same energy, but I've had people say you're different in person, but different in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So like really that's number two. Get yourself out there and stuff like that. And then another thing that you may need to try to give a little bit more is host free things or go to free workshops or go like coming up in September, I'm going to a health fair at a church. I'm going to that because that's personal to me. I'm really going to educate people about therapy and Jesus at the same time. So for me, that's a no-brainer. If I get clients from there, cool, which I probably don't necessarily need a lot of clients right now because I'm already booked. But what I'm saying is though, that is an opportunity for me to bridge the gap, especially in the African American community, because the African American church, where I go and I talk. So, like, we really have to sometimes give in order to get. So, like, right now, another thing, this is the big key thing that I think that we should do as therapists. If you are trying to attract, or not just therapists or whoever you are, if you're trying to attract your ideal client, what I got coming up now is I know that I'm booked in a lot of areas and I know that I'm not accepting any new Medicaid clients at the moment. So what I'm doing is a donation based group therapy. That's next week. That starts next week and it's going to go from August all the way into December. So I'm really giving them the group therapy experience is one because I'm not accepting new people, new Medicaid people right now. And two, I still want to be able to help them. Although I'm not accepting them one on one, you still can come in and get this work. So it's still me. It's more so for me, it's a God led thing. Yeah, it's a God led thing for me to still be able to help God's people and stuff like that. But I can't see you one on one. But that right there offers that gets people in the door. If I was able to accept them one on one and they start coming to this donation based group therapy session, just imagine once we finish, they're going to want to come into services. So, and with donation based, everybody can come. Of course, of course you got your stipulations. So mine is African American women who suffer from depression and anxiety. That's the people that are coming. So that right there is me giving away something And if I need to, and if I can gain clients at the same time. Like I'm still able to help people. So that's what I'm just saying with us as therapists. Sometimes we make our schedule may not be able to permit, you know, having so many clients, or we're looking for our ideal clients, or you don't even know what your ideal clients is. Throw in, do a group therapy session. Maybe you don't have to do it as long as I am doing it, because I get to see them. I'm going to do them what, 2 times a month on Tuesday from 6 to 7:30. That's our group sessions and stuff like that. So that's how long we're going to last. And then next year I get to see if that's going to work for me. So like it's me learning the clients, me seeing what people need. Like it's a lot. I always be thinking though, you know what I'm saying? Like when you are hosting these different types of things like that, you're gonna, in the beginning, it's gonna feel like the clients is getting a lot from you, but you as a therapist, you really and truly, you're gonna learn a lot. You can see what it is that people need. Let me tell you. So how, in my mind, how this group thing is going to work for me, right? Number one, clients is going to get what they need. Like people, not necessarily my clients, but people in general are going to get what they need. They're going to get the help that they need and all of that. But me on the back end, how I'm thinking, number one, I get to help people. Number two, these could potentially turn into clients. But number three, what is it that I'm going to create stuff. What is it that I'm going to create for these people that's going to be able to help them? And as I'm creating it, I'm going to keep it, because once I finish creating it, I can also turn back around and sell it. Whatever I could, that's why it's so important that us as therapists, we are content creators. So if I create a workbook with these people, I didn't tried it. We didn't see what worked. We didn't, because like right now I got worksheets in my head. This is why it's so important for us to understand that our intellectual property is ours. You know what I'm saying? Um, like, okay, what you say? Just jumped on, but it seems like you are speaking about things that I have been thinking about lately. I am working to move a group model versus primarily individual because of my availability. Absolutely, right? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in my mind, here we are. I'm building. And so then I'm going to create these worksheets. I'm going to create this different type of things that's going to actually help my clients and stuff like that. And I'm testing it. I'm seeing if it's going to work. If it's not going to work, I'm going to improve it. Like all of this is going on. And they getting the help that they need. And I'm over here on the back end, like, I need to change this a little bit. I need to change that. Then it begins to be evidence-based practice because I done tried it. So, y'all, I'm telling y'all, sometimes you got to give a little in the beginning and you're going to end up gaining in the end a lot. So if I can, and when I finish all of this, compile all of this stuff, like these different type of worksheets that I'm doing, these different type, this is how you start getting like EMDR. This is how you start getting brain spotting. Like all of these different scientific modalities, treatment modalities that these people then created. Why you can't do the same thing? You can do the same thing. You got some of the same credentials. But what we're not doing, and we're not sitting back on the end, and we're not necessarily thinking like that. We just out here trying to do the work. Baby, I need you to do the work, but I also need you to be thinking about on the back end how I can monetize off of this later too at the same time. How, if this is successful, how you can licensing it later on the back end. So that's why it's super duper important. And then that's why it's super duper important for us to learn sometimes. It's why it's super important for us to give some things away sometimes, man, because you can always learn on the back end. And this is what I hate that school doesn't teach us. So how do you attract your ideal clients? Number one, you get out there, you put yourself out there a little bit more. You need to be visible. People need to see you. Okay? People need to see you. People, if they can't find you, where they gonna come from? Word of mouth is good. Then when they start, like this is how it works, especially when you start doing videos and stuff like that. I can tell you from firsthand. People be like, hey, I know you. And be like, okay. People in public, hey, I know you. You the girl that make the videos. Or, like if you just be consistent with making your videos, like your videos really did help me and stuff like that. So like put yourself out there and then you can start getting like when we start doing these videos or whatever. I know that for me, my videos have been a real success for me. Because I didn't have people call me and be like, hey, we looking for a social worker, and I know you're a social worker because I done seen your videos, because you know what I'm saying, come through and help or whatever. So you got to put yourself out there. It's all right. Then give a little to gain. Do a group therapy session, but I really am moving towards that a little bit more. And then doing group stuff, just that's unique. Let me say that. Stop just thinking we're gonna sit around in this circle and we're gonna sit around in this circle. We're gonna give y'all these worksheets and we're gonna do it. We gonna do it like that. Nah, like throw that traditional. I don't want to say crap. Throw that traditional stuff out of the window and become creative. Allow your creative side to take over instead of us just sitting in this circle with these chairs and stuff like that. Let's do something fun. Let's sit outside instead of inside if you can, if it's private. Let's go to a park or something like that. Be creative, that's going to actually, you know what I'm saying, spark creativity, that's going to not necessarily look. In my mind, what I'm trying to do with these people is I don't want to create traditional therapy. I want to create therapy that is creative, that'll get people to talk, that'll get people to open up, that'll get people to feel like they're safe. Like that's the type of therapy that I really and truly want to create. So sometimes it'll be in these four walls, and sometimes it'll be outside at the track because of the things that I'm going to talk about with the ladies and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about finances. We're also going to talk about health. So when it get a little bit colder, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm in Louisiana, y'all. It's hot out here. So when it get a little bit cooler and stuff like that, we're going to go to the walking trail. We're going to be outside. I'm going to have a yoga instructor come in and talk to us and give us different type of poses and stuff like that. I want a candle maker to come in, and I want a candle maker to sit back and talk to us about how to make candles. And while she teaches us, well, before she teaches us how to make candles, I'm going to make sure I do the therapeutic part of things. So it's also about collaborating at the same time. It's also giving people, like I said, I want it to be a place where they feel safe. I also want it to be a place where they form community. I know a lot of people that do not have friends. A lot of my clients do not have friends, or they don't know how to make friends. So this is an opportunity for them to make friends. I'm tired of traditional therapy, period. Because some of that shit is boring and it does not work. And when we start talking about African American females, we really and truly cannot do traditional therapy that was designed not necessarily with them in mind. So you have to be creative. Brunches. Y'all know Black women love to go get a little brunch. Can't do mimosas, even though I wish we could. But you know what I'm saying? Like having brunch, and then just in general, go back to your cultural diversity. We know Black folks love to have food at gatherings. I don't know about up north, but I know down south we will have a barbecue in a minute. You hear me? Who we finna put some meat. You finna put some meat on the grill. All right, I'm gonna bring this. Or, all right, I'm gonna bring that. You know what I'm saying? Or you got the one cousin, you just bring Cokes. Or you got me, just bring paper towels, baby, because I ain't cooking. But we got a meal, we got community, we got family. And that can happen on any random day. So when we are creating these different type of things as therapists, you need to take in mind, in consideration, the people who you're working with, their culture. Our Hispanic brothers and sisters too, when they have quinceañeras or when they have parties and stuff like that, it's close knit, it's family. They have a lot of food there. They'll feed you. I feel like black people, black folks and Hispanics, we like brothers and sisters anyway. We like cousins. Period. I feel like it because like we have some of the same cultural values and stuff like that. So, like taking in consideration their culture, the people who you're working with, and understanding like what is their culture, what their, so that way you can have a really good group. So I know that for me, we bond well over food down here. Um, everybody gonna have food. So if you ever come to anything that I have, I remember somebody told me, it was like, Danielle, every time I come to something you have some type of food there. I was like, I know. I don't know. I was like, because I feel like when you break bread with somebody, like it begins to be, and it's sometimes it's not even like a big like spread. Like I can have cheese and crackers. I think I did like a podcast recording one day, and I had cheese and crackers and wine. Or like I had a study group one time and we had cheese and crackers and to me y'all just not getting off work, y'all hungry or whatever, so let me do some cheese and crackers, and I think we might have had sodas or something, juice or whatever. But food is always going to be involved, right? Yes, we do. I'm black from New Jersey. We love food. Yes, we love food. So like really and truly take into consideration their culture, what you got going on and stuff like that. To just think outside the box as therapists, and not just therapists, like, but as entrepreneurs, or because I feel like I told somebody the other day, I said, I'm a great therapist, but I'm a horrible businesswoman because school didn't teach me anything about that. So now I'm having to try to figure that out. So I want y'all to start thinking about other things outside of therapy and start really and truly trying to get acclimated to the whole business side of things, whether you have your own private practice or not, whether you're working for somebody or not, because at the end of the day, somebody is thinking about business. It's just not you. It's the people that's making money off of you. Period. So I just need you while you're working your 9 to 5, if you're at a 9 to 5 and you're helping your clients, create stuff. You know what I'm saying? Create stuff with them. See how you use it. See how they respond. Improve it. Create these worksheets. And then with these worksheets, compile them into a workbook. I cannot tell you how many times I talk to people and I be like, girl, you got a workbook. They're like, yeah, I created this worksheet for my client. Yeah, I created this for my client. Yeah, I did this for my client. Baby, if you don't put that together and call it a workbook, it's a workbook. Especially if you work with a lot of ADHD kids, or especially if you work with a lot of people that has depression, a lot of people that have anxiety. All these different worksheets that you have, put them together and call it a workbook. Put it on Amazon. And there you go. You're a published author. So I know I talked about how to attract your clients, but baby, I didn't get y'all everything else. So nonetheless, I gotta go because I got a 2 o'clock appointment. I hope that this helps somebody. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Again, how to attract your ideal client. Number one, put yourself out there. Number two, sometimes you got to give a little to gain. Nonetheless, love y'all. Bye. I'll talk to y'all a little bit later. Bye.